Good morning, Namaste, welcome to another edition of Sunday Salutation. Hope you're feeling well this morning, and hopefully this session will refresh, awaken and reinvigorate the body. Maybe it's after a long weekend where you've enjoyed yourself out in the sun, or setting you up for the week coming up. As always, we have the delightful Christine to take you through this session.
Thank you, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, our third Sunday yoga session. I've got a couple of props with me today. I had my cushion last week. I brought that back with me, return of the cushion. And I've also brought my yoga strap. So if you are a yogi, you will have your own yogi bolster and a yoga strap. If you're not, then any old cushion will do. And we won't use this so much today, but I just wanted to have it to hand, and we might use it next week. So a dressing gown cord or a resistance band or anything is a really, really useful piece of home yoga kit. So you need a strap to give you longer arms and help the stretch, and a bolster just gives you a little bit more flexibility to sit on. It's quite nice as well in various other positions, but we can talk about that. So today we're going to be working a little bit more on hamstrings, and we're going to get started straight away. We'll do lots of breath work as usual, but we'll get a bit more of a stretchy movement going faster today, I think. So I just want you to sit on your cushion, and if you're suddenly panicking and haven't got one, just reach for maybe a folded up towel, anything that just gives you a little bit of height from the floor. And just extend your legs in front of you. We're just going to do a little bit of an experiment first, see how we're doing. Really flex the feet, that's turning the toes up. And we're just going to stretch forward with our hands along the legs and just see how far you can reach down today. So the sitting bones are on the cushion, and maybe it will just be here. We're working with a straight back. Maybe it's a little bit further down. You might be living in a very flexible body, and you might get a little bit further than that. Wherever you are, just have a little look. It's almost like you're drawing in your mind where your hands are. And the reason we're doing this is we're just going to do some stretches and then see where we get to at the end of the session. And then let's just come back from there. And let's take this cushion, if I roll off, and I'm now going to put it under my feet. And we're going to do that same stretch again. So we're sitting on the mat, or if you don't have a mat, you don't need a mat, on the floor. And again, keeping as straight a spine as we can, just reaching down and again seeing how far you can get down this morning. So it may well be that you already feel the difference in this stretch just by having the feet raised as opposed to the bottom. Here, as well as stretching the back of the legs, you might just feel a little bit more the sacrum opening. Just feel this in the lower back. Wherever we are, we're just going to inhale, and then as we exhale, just take a breath and just reach down as far as you can and just note where your hands are on your legs. Maybe they're all the way wrapped around your toes. Maybe you're just here. It doesn't matter. Just have a little note. One more breath as you stretch it out. And worry not if you don't feel very flexible this morning. This is the very first move that we've done, and we're just seeing where we're up to. So let's just bring our cushion out of the way, my faithful friend, I'll pop that behind there. And just bring your right foot in. The right foot's coming as far as it can up the left leg. And we're just going to do a simple twist to warm up this morning. So just hugging with the left knee and then taking your head to the back of the room. So the right hand is on the mat. And as we inhale, we're going to sit up nice and straight. And as we exhale, just find that twist. So we work like this. Yoga is work, it's never just sitting still. As we inhale, we grow taller. As we exhale, we find that twist. How does that feel this morning? Feel free to make this sound. Oh. And then as we exhale, let's come all the way back around to the midpoint. We're now just going to lower this knee down to the ground and sit with as straight a spine as we can. And the same again, we're just going to exhale and forward fold over our left leg this time. You might see that my left foot is turned up, and that's really, the toes are turned up. And that's really key. That's what really helps the hamstring stretch. As we stay here, because we're going to be here for a couple more breaths, just drawing the attention to the breath. Also just let that knee just flop out to the side of the room. Nice big inhale. And exhale. See if you can just lower the torso a little bit longer, make it a little bit longer, lowering down to the left leg. And then as we exhale, let's just walk the body back up and bring that right knee in. We're going to do the same 2 moves on the other side. So bring the left leg in. And don't worry if it's only a little bit bent, that doesn't matter. Work with your body. And then take the the right elbow around the left knee and twist to face the back of the room. How do you feel doing this? Is it different this side to the previous side? Nice big inhale as we sit up straight, exhale, find more of a twist. So the head goes to the back of the room, even the eyes go to the back of the room. And see if you can just watch that breath, be aware of the breath. And then next time we exhale, wherever that is, let's just bring ourselves back round to the midpoint and let that left knee just flop out to the side. 5 breaths again. We're going to exhale and just lower down over the right leg. So again, you'll see that my right toes are flexed up towards the ceiling. That really stretches the back of my right leg. And the left knee is just flopping open onto the mat, or towards the mat. Best word ever in yoga, towards. And if we want, we can stretch out for our right foot, if that works better for you, or the hands are somewhere up the leg. And then the work, as we inhale, we see if we can lengthen through the spine, and then as we exhale, we just tuck the belly up and in, and forward fold. Find a little bit more of a crunch in the waist. And last breath is an exhale, do some work. And then come all the way back around to the midpoint and bring that knee with you. Just give yourself a little shake out. And we're just going to bring ourselves up to a kneeling position now. So just come to kneeling on the mat. And again, see if we can just sit with a nice straight spine. We're going to go into Gomukhasana now, Gomukhasana arms, to stretch out the shoulders, just to mix it up. As we do this, see if you would like to come up onto the toes. So some people love this stretch. This is a stretch for the plantar section of the feet, the soles of the feet. But for others it's really excruciating. Maybe the toes don't bend this way. Whenever you need to come down, that's fine, come down. We're just going to take our right hand high and our left hand low. So if you stay with you where you are, I'll just show you what it looks like from the back. We are hoping to bind. A bind is when you grasp one hand with the other hand. If this isn't available to you, this is where t-shirts come in really handy, or maybe you're still in your pyjamas, that's fine. Just grab the back of your t-shirt. If you have, we managed to get, or for next week, that yoga strap or dressing gown cord, we can also use that. This is where we just find the little prop helps us out. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. But I really want you to focus on the stretch in the body. As we inhale, sit up nice and straight. As we exhale, just take this right elbow a little bit more up towards the sky. We're just opening through the right armpit. Last breath here. And then come out of that and we'll do the other side. So the left hand's coming up high, the right hand is coming low. So these are quite big stretches to start our practice, but we just work at the level that is available to us at the moment. So it's really important not to strive to set yourself a goal that if you don't attain, you might feel a little bit down on yourself. Yoga is really a progressive practice, so things get easier the more you do it. So be really mindful in the moment, stay in the present, check in with the mind, and in order to do that today, we're just going to focus on the body. Where do you feel the stretch? With each exhale, that left elbow is just coming up towards the sky. Nice big inhale. And as we exhale now, let's just bring ourselves all the way back around. We're going to sink down into child's pose and stretch the hands out along the floor. If we want more of a stretch, we come up onto tented fingers. So that's just where you lift the palms of the hands from the floor. So we allow the forehead to dip down in between the shoulder blades and take a breath into the back of the body. As you breathe in, I am aware that I am breathing in. As I breathe out, I am aware that I am breathing out. And then as we've done the last couple of weeks, we're just going to walk the hands round to the right hand side and look under the right armpit. And here just be really mindful of breathing into the left side body. Can you feel the lungs expand on the left as you breathe here? Take one more breath. And then bring the hands back round to the midpoint. And let's go round to the left hand side of the room. So now we're breathing into the right side body. I'm conscious my voice has gone all muffled here. Hopefully you can still hear me. How does that feel as the lung expands? Take a bigger breath as you possibly can. And feel how that stretches you out. And then come all the way back around to the midpoint. We're just going to tuck the toes under and come up onto our first down dog today. I'm going to get rid of this strap, take that out of the way, and just pad the feet. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling full of energy? Are you feeling tired and sluggish? As Kevin said, maybe you had a nice day enjoying the sunshine yesterday and you're feeling a little tired this morning, a little jaded perhaps. However you're feeling, just notice it and just accept it for how it is. As we exhale, we're just going to drop the knees down to the ground and just step the right foot through in between the hands. I'm coming up to a nice lunge here. So just working on our hips. As we exhale, we're going to take our left hand high and then just find a stretch to the right hand side of the room. And find stillness here. As we exhale, we're just releasing in the hips a little bit more. Just feeling that down the left hip flexor. Nice, big and full breath. And then as we exhale, just dropping the hands all the way back down. And we're just going to take a step back into our cat-cows. Inhaling and exhaling. So hopefully some of these movements, if you've been doing this class the last couple of weeks, will be familiar to you. It's really the mainstay of limbering up for yoga practice. And then we'll come to a neutral spine and we'll just take our left foot through in between the hands. And come up to lunge on the other side. How's this one? Does it feel different this side? We take the right hand high, but drop the skin of the back. That's one of my favourite phrases. We're just creating some space in between the ears and the shoulders. And as we exhale, just taking the hand over to the left hand side of the room. So you might find, be aware that you have to engage the core muscles here, particularly the abdominal muscles. But the core muscles are anything that attaches to the spine. But we don't want to wobble. We want to stay nice and still. And I breathe. And then as we inhale, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. And just take the hands to the mat again. And we'll just come back into 3 or 4 rounds of cat-cow. Can you feel the work that you've done there? Can you just assimilate that into the body? Nice big breath in. Exhale, looking at the tummy and really pushing through the hands. The last one. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then I'm just going to take a little mini dog, so tuck the toes under and push the heels down. And then just walk the feet towards the hands this morning. As we've done in the sun salutations, inhale, half rise, exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, push the floor away. And bring yourself up to a prayer position, or namaste hands as we call it. It's our Sunday sun salutation, so you're not getting out of doing a couple of sun salutations. Let's start that now. Let's do our little preparation first. So we inhale and exhale. And just come with me to the half rise and then roll up through the spine 2 times before we go into the full salutation. So instead of stepping back, just roll up through the spine. And then just roll the shoulders back. Nice big exhale. Let's do that one more time. So we inhale, take our hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. That's what we're working on today. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. And then just bend the knees a little and roll up through the spine. So the pelvis goes in place first. And then step vertebrae on top of vertebrae. And then give me some shoulder rolls. Just loosen it up a little bit. Now we're going into full sun salutation. So inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Really feel that hamstring stretch. Exhale, plant the hands, bend the knees, step that right foot back. We're finding a plank. And stack the shoulders over the hands. As we exhale, if you can, come into a full chaturanga. So lower the body down. But don't worry if you do knees, chest, chin. Or if you've got any issues at all with the back, take a cat-cow. And then just push the heels down. That's what dog is for. To create this lovely stretch all the way through the back line of muscles and fascia of the body. I'm going to be quiet and take a couple of breaths. And now I'm going to walk the feet forward. If you have a practice and want to step or jump, go ahead. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push the floor away and come all the way up. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. See if you can increase the stretch each time. Bend the knees and step the left foot back and then the right foot to meet it. And feel free to adapt this in any way that suits your body. There's always something that we can strive for and hope to attain, but we've got to work with what's available to us on the day. So make any alterations to this flow that means that you can get through. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, whatever's happening the rest of your day, don't give up. Join me just for the next 15 minutes to stretch out and prepare the mind for the day ahead. One more breath here. Inhale. And as we exhale, we either walk or we can step or jump the feet forward. Inhale, half rise. Feel that stretch. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, push the floor away. And then bring the hands to prayer. I'm going to take a big step up now. I'm going to work in a wide-legged pose. Got some grass here from the fake grass on my mat. Take a look at your feet. They should be parallel with the sides of the mat. And you might be here. This might be enough. Or you might be very flexible and go for a really wide stance. Wherever you are, just make sure that we're stacking as much as we can and pull the tummy in. We're going to take a half lower down. So as we exhale, just come into this tabletop position and just take a couple of breaths here. We can stay here if we want. Just feel that stretch all the way through the hamstrings. If you want to, you can make a little adjustment. If that's not working for you, feel free to just heel toe the foot in. Or if you've got really, really tight hamstrings, you might even put a little bend in the knee. Otherwise, we're going to now continue on our forward fold. So just work ourselves all the way down to the ground. If you've still got that cushion handy, this might be a good time just to bring it in. And just use that to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. As I'm here, just get this strap out of the way. It'll be annoying for the camera shot. And just find yourself really heavy with the head. As we exhale, see if you can will the crown of the head further down towards the floor. Nice big inhale and exhale. And all the little shakes and wobbles, you might be trembling in the legs. That's all part of the fun. And then as we inhale, we're just going to come up into our half rise again. And then take the hands behind you. So we're going to work on a shoulder stretch now. As if you're holding a heavy kettlebell or something, the hands are going all the way behind you, the shoulder blades are coming in, and then we're lowering our head down towards the floor again. But this time the hands are really heavy, they want to come over the head towards the floor. As we inhale, inflate the belly. As we exhale, just work to increase that stretch. We've got 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And do the work. Inhale and exhale. And then as we inhale, draw navel to spine and come all the way up. Watch the head rush. You wanted energy? Now we've got it this morning. Just roll the shoulders back. And then we're going to just heel toe in, only because you get a nice reward as you bring your feet together. Can you feel that you've worked? I hope that you can. Just give yourself a little shake out. That's always good to know that we've done some work. But then we're going back into that position. Let's take a nice wide-legged pose again. This time, let's take the right foot, the toes of the right foot out. You'll love this. We're going to sink down to the floor. So I remember doing yoga with the Harrogate rugby team. They called this the Spider-Mans, if I remember rightly. So if we can, have the right leg lifted, the right heel lifted, but have a look at our left foot. We're going to just rotate. It's almost, you can almost take your left hand and roll the flesh back. So you're just rotating to get this lovely big stretch all the way through the adductors as well as the hamstring. Nice big breath here. Inhale and exhale. Just work to rotate that leg. Now the fun bit. As you exhale next time, we're just going to walk ourselves over to the other side and feel that stretch all the way through the hamstrings on the right. And we can even, almost we might physically take the right hand and just roll the flesh back from the hip, opening out. Think about the chest. We want that coming forward. Just increases the stretch even more. The face is soft, we're smiling. And then as we exhale next time, let's see if we can go back to the right hand side and just find that stretch again. Well done. Inhaling and exhaling. The next time we exhale, we're just going to move again. Round we come to the left hand side. The other thing that we can do is take our left elbow and push it into the left knee. So you're really getting this big opening in the groin as well as our hamstrings as we work. And then let's mix it up a bit. Either do the same as we've done before, or we can take our hands off the mat. If you want to work at a different level, I've got my hands in Namaste. As we exhale, we just transfer the weight over to the right and take a breath. Inhale. And then as we exhale, back we go again. Feel free to do this one more time if you like. Otherwise, join me by now putting the hands to the floor, and we're just going to move our hands around and find a plank. Well done, guys. Let's chaturanga down, either keeping the elbows tightly in one staff, or we can put knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, looking up, exhale, chin to the mat, and then rise up into down dog. And just pad the feet. We've done a lot of work there on the lower back, so if you just swing the hips as much as they can, sashay it out, sashaying dog, and then just find stillness, push both heels down. And then as we exhale, lower these knees down to the ground and move back into our kneeling position. Remember at the beginning, we took our right hand high in Gomukhasana, our left hand low. Just see if you can find that bind again. We've done a few stretches for the shoulders. So just see if you can note any difference. You might still be holding the t-shirt or your strap, or maybe you just find that there's a little bit more flexibility there, all the way through our right shoulder. Just have a note. And just see if you can take a couple more breaths. So pull everything up and in. Inhale and exhale. Just work that right shoulder up towards the sky. Even if it's down here, that's okay. Just work to bring it all the way up. And then as we exhale, just unravel from there. Well done. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. And the good thing about hugging as well is you can grab, well, hey, we're not allowed to hug anyone else at the moment, but you can also grab your shoulder blades at the back and just pull them apart. Take a breath. And then just lower your hands down. Let's try the other side. So take the left hand high and then the right hand low. And it may be you're still grasping pajamas or t-shirt or whatever you're wearing. Or you might be holding hands at the back. Again, don't worry if you're not. If you feel that this is really out of reach for you today and our left elbow is pointing down, we can take our right hand and just move that elbow back. We can just work to increase the stretch this way. This is where we want to be opening up the left armpit. Drop the shoulders down. Nice big breath in. And then exhale, just release the stretch. And then come into sitting down on the floor. Let's grab our cushion, wherever it was, wherever it may be, and just flex our toes up towards the ceiling again. Do you remember we did this at the beginning? Let's see if we've made any difference. So as we exhale, sit with a straight back, exhale, find our forward fold. Do you feel you've got a little bit more flexibility? Now I hope no one was expecting to start from a completely upright position and expect to end up with their torso on their legs, but maybe you've gained an inch or so. Maybe you've gained a centimetre. Maybe you've gained half a centimetre. That's got to be good. I'll take that. So enjoy this stretch. We're going to spend 2 more breaths here. Just allow the head to dip down to a comfortable level so we're not straining the neck. Inhale, and as we exhale, just stretch it out. Inhale, and exhale. Feel that stretch. Think of nothing else. And then just release that stretch. Bring the cushion with you. Come on, friend. And just pop your bottom on it. And we'll try that first stretch we did right at the beginning of practice. Sitting up nice and straight. And then as we exhale, finding a little bit of length in the arms. How far can you reach down now? Is it all the way around the feet? If you started feeling really stiff, have you gained a centimetre, a half centimetre, maybe an inch? See where you end up. And we've got 3 breaths here just to really stretch through and learn how to work with the breath. Inhaling, as we exhale, just bend the elbows and increase the stretch. Feel that in the hamstrings. Where do you feel it most? Breathe into that area. And then as we exhale, let's just draw the body upright again. Well done. Just pop off your faithful cushion. Take the soles of the feet together. And now we're just going to bend or curve the spine. Once we've been working so much with a straight spine, there's a lovely release and relief in just letting the body crunch over. So just take a couple of breaths here, just breathing into the back of the lungs. And again, worry not if you feel that you're hardly moving at all. That's okay. You are, and the muscles are stretching. They're stretching at the level that's right for them today. And then come all the way back up to sitting upright. Bring the knees in with you. So we're going to just lie on the mat. Pop that behind me. And come into a supine twist. So I always end my yoga classes this way. So just let the knees flop over to the right hand side and take the head to the left. And now we're not trying to force anything. We're not trying to work on the stretch. This is the restorative part of practice. So just allow the hips to release. Just allow the legs just to flop over to the right hand side. We can even sigh out if we want. If we sigh, we just open the mouth and give a sweet sigh, let everything go. A little bit of traction here, bring navel to spine, spine to mat, bring the knees up, and then go over to the other side. Let the head drop over to the right. Where do you feel that in the body? It may be the lower back. It may be the right-hand side of the gut, perhaps. Maybe the part of the body that's calling for your attention most of all is your head, your neck. Just breathe into that area. And then as we inhale, navel to spine, spine to mat, and then just bring the knees up. And we're going to take our Savasana now, that blissful couple of minutes where we get to just lie down and just practice doing nothing. And being okay with doing nothing. So just lay the body on the mat. You might have spotted I brought my knees into my chest. Maybe that's something that you want to do today. Or maybe you're ready just to lie down. Maybe that's enough stretching. But this is where we get the biofeedback from all the moves that we've done. It's the most important part of yoga. Just to be still. Let the body go. So just stay lying down. And I just want you to draw your attention to your toes, just there right at the end of your body. Allow the eyes to be closed if they're not already, just so you can see more. So we're not wanting anything special to happen, we're just running through a little body scan meditation. Just so you can control the mind, claim the mind. And then from the toes, just bring your full attention to your ankles. The right ankle and the left ankle. And then your knees. Make sure that you're not pulling up the kneecap, just let that go. And then the hips. Just let the frame around the hips just sink to the mat. And then the belly. Can you feel the belly rise and fall as you lay here? And the chest. Hopefully you feel a rise and fall as you breathe. And you're just watching the natural rhythm of the breath. Just being fully aware. And then just take the attention to the right shoulder and just release that to the mat. Just note if you're still holding any tension, if you're holding the muscles in the shoulder and the arm, just let that go. And just get a sense of the whole right arm just laying on the floor. And then move to the left shoulder. Can you release even more? Can you make sure we're not holding any tension? We've been really drawing attention to the muscles before. Just let that go now. And let the whole of the left arm be heavy on the mat. Are you aware of that left arm? Just check in and feel the ground underneath. And then we're going to draw the attention to the back of our head, and you should feel the ground underneath you here. And then the crown of the head, right at the top of the body, and then round to the face. Let the eyes be heavy in the eye sockets, and release the tension around the jaw. Just let the tongue be heavy in the mouth. And then get a sense of the whole body on the mat, just laying here breathing, and just accept everything within the body as okay. And then we're just going to take 3 cleansing breaths just to end practice today. So a nice big breath in through the nose, and then opening the mouth and just sighing out. Just release anything, just let it go. And inhale one more time. Let it go, and then last time. Fill the lungs, and then let go. Right to the bottom of the lungs. Try and be with no breath. Before just breathing in again, just letting the body breathe naturally. Just note what's in the mind. And then we're going to wiggle the fingers and toes. And just stretch as you need to stretch. So I hope you've stayed lying down throughout. Just take the arms overhead, maybe stretch through the feet. And then we're going to roll over onto our right hand side, just like you're rolling over in bed. And then push the floor away. Nice gentle way to come back up. Sit cross-legged if you can, if that's available. If not, go freestyle, that's okay with me too. Take the hands to prayer. Thank you so much everybody for joining me this beautiful sunny Sunday morning. Namaste.